there! Have you subscribed to our channel yet? Invite your friends and search for CSLGH.
I know I had to get comfortable. Oh. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Come and take a seat. I love the conversation, so continue. You don't have to be so very quiet. There will be opportunities for us to speak and connect. But I love the buzz that's taking place. Everybody's nourished and together here. So maybe I'll give us a little pray-in to start. How's that? Yeah? Yeah, so join me. Take a moment. Receive the breath. And let us just be aware of the breath. And just aware of each other in the room at the moment. Those who are on the live stream. I'm grateful for the connection that is established, the foundation that is present here in this center. So it is from that space, just becoming so very aware of the power, the presence, the love, the source, this presence that we call God, everywhere present. Omnipresence itself. Knowing that God is, and it reveals itself in infinite ways. It is the abundant nature of the universe, the perfect order of the universe. This flow of living, loving intelligence expresses in its fullness everywhere and always. There is only this. It is the very essence of my life, the life of each one here in the room, each one that can hear my voice, each unique and individualized being on this planet, an emanation of the one, only one. So it is in this unified field that we get to play. We get to open our hearts, our minds. We get to take dominion. We get to stand in our spiritual authority. This is the high and holy intention of this day. And so there can be no other thing than a blessing happening as we have each said yes, that we're here, present, open, available, receptive, listening, present. So blessed and a blessing this time is. I give great thanks to know it. And we just release the word into the living, loving law, knowing it is so. And join me. And so it is. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Awesome. Well, here we are. Here we are. This was an interesting journey. So I get to play. You all have had some nourishment this month from us candidates. I live streamed the other two workshops, and those were meaningful to me. What I want to talk about, what the workshop is about today, it's about taking dominion. Take dominion, remembering your spiritual authority, right? Conditioning was learned. Dominion is remembered. So I'm gonna go over what we're gonna participate in and the flow of the workshop, and then we'll get at it. So you have a handout. That handout is a companion guide. Let me just make sure I'm in the right place. So we're gonna go over everything. We're gonna do an overview. I'm gonna talk about how the talk this morning relates to what we're doing here. We have a interesting 3 stages of consciousness that'll support us getting to dominion. Then we're going to play around with the compass that's on the front of the guide. I'll go over that in a moment. And then we're going to do practice. We're going to practice. We're going to have some fun while we do all of this. The guide it's not like a workbook that we have to rush through that we're going to get it all done today. So take a breath on that. I know there's a lot of questions there, and you could spend a lot of time with that. We will address some of the things, and you'll be put in pairs and such to work through some of those questions. But this is something that you get to take home with you, and you get to work on. And before that, let me think the best way to do this. I have a little gift for you, but I only have 20. So I'm going to give out these little journals and pens. Those of you who do not want a journal and pen, don't take one. Those of you who want one and there's not enough, connect with me and I will make sure you get one. But I'm going to go ahead and hand those out because I think it might be a little bit more organized if you... If somebody wants to help me, that's cool too.
And I'm going to take that blue one.
Okay.
I'll take that one.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You grab a pen there
I'm
too.
here to help.
Oh, good. All right, cool. Thank you, James. I love it. Okay. So now that I have helpers, I'm going to just get all this stuff handed out right away. So if my helpers would like to take... Yeah, go ahead. Yes. Take one piece of paper and a marker. Awesome. I'll tell you what you're going to do with all these things in a moment. Beautiful. Thank you. Oh, we have extras? How'd that happen? Oh.
Most of us have so many journals.
I know, but those are so cute.
Oh, yeah?
They're really cute with those little pens. All right, anyway, cool. So back to the companion guide. So the companion guide, it's something that we're not going to rush through. I want you to take home. You can use this as a practice. Those questions will take you deeper into moving through the stages of consciousness to get to really being solid in your dominion. The dominion compass on the very front page. Well, I'm going to go back. How do I go back? Not yet. So there's a dominion compass. We're going to talk about the detective worksheet. We're going to talk about conditioning inventory, work through the things and how we've been conditioned. Then we're going to move into possibility questions. And then there's a daily dominion practice at the back of that. So if you can see where we're starting already in this dominion compass, there is those 3 stages of consciousness being how we react, right? How we react, our conditioned thinking, what the belief system is, what the story is, and then possibility thinking. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to move from conditioned consciousness to possibility consciousness. Okay? All right. So does everybody have paper and the marker? It's coming. So what we're going to do with the paper and the marker is an old icebreaker that I used to do years ago that allows us to connect with each other. What we're going to do is we're going to pair up and pair up with somebody that you don't know or don't know well. I know, right? Miss Kitty knows everybody. What I want to do, what I want to do, and it might be a little bit, the logistics on it might be interesting. I don't know why I'm trying to stay in front of that mic. The logistics on it might be interesting. But what we want to do is first on that piece of paper at the very top, I want you to write, I am. I am at the very top. Yep, at the very top, write, I am. I need another helper. It might take a minute, so everybody be patient.
You need a piece of tape.
They need to. I want to tape that piece of paper to everybody's back. So that piece of paper that says I am is going to get taped to your back. You can take a journal, a pen, and a piece of paper here also. There you go. So I am. So yeah, we have to toss hair. All right, that's going to take a minute. It's good. It's just so it's on there so you don't see it. It's good. That's perfect. Right where it is, Jane. So now, as give me her name again. Jennifer. As Jennifer's coming around to tape your sign on your back, I would like you to move into partners. Have you already done that? Are you with somebody that you don't know? We have plenty. It's all right. If you do know somebody, it's okay. I know we're in a group here. It's going to be okay. So what we're going to do, I'm glad you all know each other. I should just put one on my back and have you all do this with me. Yes, Wayne. Wayne needs a partner. Yeah, so those of you who need a partner, raise your hand. Keep your hands up if you need a partner. And then connect. And I'm going to just ask right now if everybody, listens. Listen. Hello? Listen. Tune in your listening skills from this morning. Take a breath. Would you move back with Wayne right there? Can you go sit with, yep, with the hat on? Yeah, perfect. There you go. Yep, him. Yep, perfect. Oh. Why don't you stay there and we'll figure it out for her. Okay, another breath, everyone. I know the logistics were a little confusing, but we're here. So what's going to happen is you're going to be present with the person that you're with. Just connect. Hello? I need your attention, please. Everyone. There we go. Thank you. Just connect with whomever you're with. It can be somebody you know. Just rate who you're next to right now. Be with them. Does Wayne have somebody here?
I'm with Wayne.
This Wayne. I'll come be with you. All right, so what you're going to do, you're going to receive a breath. Okay. Receive a breath. Oh my, the logistics is the hard part here. I'm seeing how it works. What you're going to do right now is be present with your partner. Be present with your partner. So look face to face. Just look in your partner's eyes for just a few moments. Just look in the eyes right now. Yeah, there you go. Just be present with each other. You're going to be with... Right here. Just be present with each other. Be silent. Silent. Take a moment. I know it's a long time to look in someone else's eyes. But now I want you to exercise what we were doing this morning with the listening. Just listen for just a few more seconds. Now I want one of you to turn around so your paper is exposed to your partner. And I want you, I want you to write on your partner's back a quality that you saw, that you felt, that you heard when you looked in their eyes. A quality. Love, beauty, creativity, joy, peace, kindness, vitality, beauty, joy. Just one. Just one. And then switch. Switch. Okay. I'll get it. I'll get it. All right, so once you're done, become quiet. Yeah, put it lower. Now I'm going to invite you to do this next step gracefully and effortlessly and quietly. But I want you to switch partners, find another partner. Don't move around too far. You can probably turn right around. Those who are less mobile, maybe folks can go over to Wayne. Go right over to him and help participate there. But participate in the same thing. Look in the eyes. Here, if you two. If you go right over here, just with the gentleman sitting. And can you be right with Bonnie? Just for a second, just look at each other in the eyes. And then when you get the hit, when you hear it, when you feel it, have your partner turn and write the quality on their paper. And then switch. And don't look at these. You're not supposed to look at these yet. They're on your back for a reason. Are you with? Right here. Oh, okay. We're going to switch again. Do you need the tape, Vanu? Where is it? Does she? And we're going to do it again. We're going to do it one more time after you're complete. Yeah, one more time. So those who are less mobile at time, if people could go to Jane here, to Bonnie, to Wayne. Switching again. So same thing, once you get the hit, once you hear the quality, when Spirit speaks, go ahead and write the quality. Reverend Nancy is supposed to be a loving enjoy. I think she just socked her partner. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. I get it. I get it. All right, do we want to do one more? Or you think we can do one more? I think we got it down now. So let's do one more time. Find a new partner. One more time. Did you just switch, or were you?
Yeah, we've done it already.
Yeah, that'll be good. It's fine. I think we did it 4 times.
No, 3.
3? Okay.
4. Nancy.
I thought so, but Nancy, I didn't want to. So do it one more time. Yeah. You should. You should have 4 qualities on your back. We all getting rowdy. If you have 4, that's good. If you've had it 4 times, it's good.
Okay. Do I have
I don't know how many times.
you too?
But math was never my strong. You know.
All right. So once you're complete with this last one, just have a seat. Have a seat. Okay. So you can leave them on your back, or you can take them off, but you cannot look at them. So if you take them off, put them face down somewhere, or you can leave them on your back. If you want to fold them, you can. Not supposed to look at them, though. All right. So I just wanted... So let's bring the conversations down. And what I want you to just be aware of is... What I want you to be aware of is the movement that was taking place and where we went, right? When we were trying to find our partner, when we were trying to find somebody that we didn't know, there was a whole lot of activity, right? Or I don't have a partner. There was an energy that took place. But once you did meet your partner and you went into that listening space, how did that feel? Right? And then you were open and available and receptive to the quality revealing itself, and you shared that. So just hold on to those papers. We're going to come back to them a little bit later. What we talked about in service earlier was moving beyond the noise, right? And then we were asked, where are we listening from, right? So when we've created that space where we get to listen from that stillness, from that grounded space, this listening is going to support us, support our action by taking dominion and remembering our spiritual authority. That, if you remember, it was love was the language, presence was the translator, and what was the last one? Oh, come on, I'm testing. Listening is the practice. Right, that was good. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create that space to listen from, so we have a clear pathway to dominion, to spiritual authority. So these are the 3 levels of consciousness that we're going to talk about today. You can relate them to a number of teachings around the levels of consciousness, but these are a little bit more playful ways to be present with them. The first stage is, the first level would be reaction, right? We react. What am I feeling right now? The second is, what story am I believing? How am I conditioned to believe this particular story that caused this particular reaction, right? And then the third is moving into possibility consciousness. So when we're present enough with ourselves to realize what the conditioning is, and we're gonna move through this later, through our own awareness, we become present to what's really true, what's possible, right? And then that allows us to, when we're talking about what's possible, we'll be present to principle. What's the absolute truth here? What's the greater truth here? So those are the stages stages, I keep saying stages, the levels of consciousness that we're going to work with in a little bit. So let's just play around with it for a moment, and I'm gonna ask a few questions and see where you go. When something unexpected happens to you, where do you go first? Something unexpected happens to you, where do you go first? What is it, John? React. Yeah, absolutely. Does everybody go there when something unexpected happens, right? Yeah. I'm a react. I have a little bit of reaction energy, don't I, honey? So what we want to do, right? I'm not going to say that we're not ever going to react, but what we want to do is have a safe space when we do react, to be able to understand, oh, I'm reactive, right? Oh, there's something there. And by moving through these steps, by understanding what the belief system is underneath that reaction, we can have a little compassion for ourselves, right? It's understandable that I'm reacting about this thing because it triggered that memory, right? We get to follow that space. Once we are compassionate enough with ourselves, right? Well, what's possible here? I'll give an example. In a little bit, I'm going to let you guys have your own example with it right now. So I'm going to ask you, I'm not going to move around. We're going to partner up right with who's next to us, right? But in the guide, under the detective consciousness, I want you to think of a recent upsetting experience. A recent upsetting experience. It doesn't have to be a major, and it could be too. You can bring it if you have it. Bring that. Don't make something up, but something that caused discomfort, something that triggered you, something that disturbed your peace. Bring that forward. And then on that, you can either use your journal or you can use the guide. Answer some of those questions. What happened? What did I feel? What story appeared? What belief is underneath it? Yeah, and if there's something coming up, this is the space. Let it come up. And just be aware that in this space right now, we're just observing. We're not trying to fix, or we're just being present with what is. See it. Be with it. Don't look at it. Is it yours or hers?
I don't have one on. Thank you.
I'll give you another minute or two on that. I know you're not going to get it all on there. And then just with your partner right where you are, go ahead and have a little conversation about it. Maybe what surprised you that's coming through. Something might be a new thought about what's taking place. Or even if you have a safe space to share your heart, what's come up for you. Go ahead and just share with each other. And this can be a conversation. It doesn't have to be a one person's turn and the other. You can share with each other. And also just be aware of when the other person is sharing, where you're listening from. So I'm going to invite you to start to bring the conversations to a close. I'm inviting you to start to bring the conversations to a close. So we're going to share some more from as a group. So start to bring the conversations to a close for now. You can always continue these conversations later. So as we come, the attention comes back to the big room. We can continue to share. So I'm going to ask a couple of questions. One, what was most significant for you with this exercise, right? But also, how did it feel to listen in this particular setting? And also, how did it feel to be heard? To be heard. So just a few shares. Anybody want to speak? Andrea and Rosemary. You got a mic coming.
We had so many things in common. Both of us, our first reaction was, oh my God. And there's just so much that we have in common. We've already decided we're going to exchange phone numbers and
Beautiful.
emails.
Beautiful.
And I could really get a sense of her when we were just looking at each other's eyes at the first, and she took my hand, and that touch is something that's really precious to me.
Beautiful.
So many things that are so surprisingly close.
Beautiful. Awesome. Rosemary, did you want to share?
Yeah, ditto. It's interesting. We basically had the same kind of home repair issues, the same reactions, the same fears. It was just so cool. You
Love
know?
it. Love it. That's awesome. Anyone else? Yeah.
Well, I think that you don't, like being, oh, sorry. Being the person listening, it's like, for me, I don't often have the opportunity to listen to someone talk about something that's really important to them. So it's a good way to feel closer.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So interestingly enough, mine was like the other side of it, whereas when you were used to being the listener,
Right.
then oftentimes you don't get heard
Right.
because I'm a good listener. I can listen to you all day long. But unless the other person is willing to open up to be a listener, so it was beautiful to have the opportunity to do both.
Beautiful. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you. Kitty.
What I enjoyed about that was seeing principle at work. It just, affirms what we know in this philosophy, and to see someone go through a process and come to the conclusion of
Beautiful.
principle. It's
Beautiful.
great.
You're jumping ahead. That's great. No, it's beautiful because that's what happens. You want to.
Mine was actually likewise, because the incident that happened to me was last night, but I didn't realize it till this morning. And the principle behind it was nothing is lost in the mind of God. So I let it go. I wasn't sure whether I was going to do this before coming to services or whether I should just go to services. But then I thought, I'm going to go to services because I'm going to get the feeling of accomplishment, and this is also going to open me up for a lesson. It's probably a lesson, and here I am with the lesson.
Beautiful.
And I found my purse.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So she shared with me earlier that well, I'm not going to say it was lost. It wasn't lost. But in the moment, it felt like loss. Yeah, good work.
So I'm going to go down a different road.
Beautiful.
I did the sharing. I did have a traumatic thing happen back in June, and it's still kind of going on. But my issue is trying to share the information with her. I almost feel like, I'm dumping, and she's not going to want to hear it, and then she's never going to want to be my friend because, I'm being too emotional, and because I know this is a safe place. I know intellectually that's not necessarily true, but that's where my head goes.
Okay. Beautiful. So can we work with you here on this? Sure. All right. So let's take it to the next. Okay. We're with you. We got you. Okay. So the experience that you're sharing about is one thing, right? Bringing it forward in this setting, there's a reaction that took place, right? That reaction took place when you started to share, right? There's a conditioning that's taking place, right? There's a what story am I believing? What you just shared with us, right? You're speaking to, I'm dumping, all of the things. There was a kind of a criticism for yourself, right? That's coming from a conditioned belief. Right, you could probably say a whole bunch of things, right, that come forward around that. So, are you aware of where that might come from? We don't need to open that up right now for you, but you're aware where that comes from, right? So right now, what a huge step you're taking in front of all of these folks who are holding you, right, in their consciousness, to be vulnerable enough to speak to what you just said, right? To bring that forward. And to understand it, right? So you're getting loved up. You're getting loved up. So that's beautiful. So, but to understand it, right? To have an understanding of why you may be having that response from that conditioned belief, why you might be experiencing that, right? It's understandable, right? That you feel this way. That's compassion, right? So you're allowed to feel that way. And we're supporting you here because you were vulnerable enough to speak to it, right? That's the movement that's taking place in consciousness, right? Reactive, there's the condition, the belief story that comes through, but now through vulnerability and compassion and being present and being aware of it, right? What else could be true here?
It's just a story.
Okay. Bigger. What else could be true here? How are you feeling in this moment?
I got really hurt, and I just don't know how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And in your vulnerability and speaking to that here in this space, how do you feel with us here with you right now?
Well, I'm surprised I am on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I know a lot of people, and I know this is a very loving place.
Mm-hmm. So in that loving space, what else could be true here?
See, this is what I was telling you about. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not good with inferences. So
Okay. Do you feel loved up
I
in
do.
this moment? Do you feel safe in
do.
this space?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to invite you to is really take that on, right? So you were brave enough, courageous enough to be vulnerable, knowing, you probably know a number of people here in this space, but you were brave enough to be on mic, to speak it out loud, now to be held in this space, and to have an idea of something, a greater truth that can take place. Safety. You really can't feel the safety in this room if there's not some form of safety within your own consciousness around this situation. When you spot it, you got it. If it's happening to you, it's because it's within you. Oops. Right? So that's kind of the movement. It's going to take more work than 5 minutes on a mic, right? But you opened yourself up to that space. So when you get to that possibility thinking, what else could be true here, that will lead you to, so we said a few qualities, right? That'll lead you to safety. That'll lead you to love, right? So what is principle around those spaces? What can you stand in and know that's true? Even though it's gonna work, right? There's a little practice that we need to do. There's affirming that we need to do around it. It's probably a practitioner session or a prayer session that we need to anchor that. But we move from the reaction energy to what's the story I'm believing, vulnerability and compassion around that, to get to the possibility of what else is true, to stand in what is absolutely true. That's how we support ourselves. That's how we take dominion. That's how we stand in our spiritual authority. And it can be with the simplest experience, but it can be with something that was very traumatic as well. Yeah? Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else want?
Hi. Along with, I don't know your name. Merlena. Along with Merlena, I experienced a blow up with family members, and like she was saying, it's still going on. But the fact that no one's saying anything is it's going on even more. And to address the what you had up there, the outline of the conditions, and
what I went through, as I said, it was family. I felt fear. I felt wonder, like, what the heck is going on, like that. Like, what, like that. And then I had an immediate reaction, which I really worked on, not having reaction to anything. Then I felt anger, and I still feel the anger. And then I felt I must defend myself. These are ongoing patterns, ongoing conditioning. I must defend myself. I didn't use those words, but that's the feeling that I was doing. Get this resolved. What the heck is going on? And get this thing straight. Straighten this out. I didn't do any of that. And so, and the final question you asked was how do you feel now? Is one thing. I feel about the same right now. I've felt safe here for a long time. I don't feel any, somebody's gonna walk up to me and say, "Oh, you don't look like you're the type to feel that way." I don't feel like that. But the last thing was with my family. It's a love thing. It's always a love thing in family for me, and I felt unloved by them, absolutely unloved by them. Their behavior is they act like a clan, like a lynching mob.
All right.
So that's it.
So all right. So you got yourself there. So you're back to reaction, right? So back to that reactive energy. And what is the story that you're believing about that? So the things that you just said. What is the story that you believe?
Now?
Yeah.
The story?
So when you said they're acting like a lynching mob, what is that?
They're against me. Mm-hmm. Not just me. It's more people involved. Not just me.
So
I'm generalizing as much as I can.
But so the story is that you feel they're against you.
Yes.
Right.
That's the story.
All right. Is that a familiar feeling for you?
Somewhat. I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you do you know where it comes from?
I could, and this is the first time I've looked at it that way, but, and how often I can't say, but it's possible. I'm open, very possible, and I could think of where it could have come from if that's the case, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So there's that space where you start to be in the vulnerability of it by admitting it, right? Whatever it is, if it's anger, if it's sadness, all of the things.
Yeah,
right?
It is sadness, very much, a lot of sadness. Yep. It's pitiful. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Yep. It's okay. But that's the space that we got to get to. That's by listening to ourselves from that space. We're listening from a different spot, right? We could go on and on about, because you could have went on for another few minutes on that microphone talking about that thing. But see, as soon as you gave yourself the space to be vulnerable, and as soon as you even had an inkling about where it may come from, there's an understanding that takes place. So now you're creating a container that is safe in. So usually when that thing comes up, when you said it's pitiful, all of a sudden, see, but do you see the difference in your energy right now? Right? The situation's still the same, but something shifted in your consciousness. It's shifted in your consciousness. So from this space, what else could be true? Not even about them. Let's not talk about them because you're working with you right now. What could be true for you?
What's true is I think I'm real open-minded, and I think I allow myself to be vulnerable, and I think a lot of myself, and I don't mean the egotistical sense, but that I'm okay. I'm really okay. No matter what they're implying,
Beautiful.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. So now we can take I'm okay. What's a principle about that? What's a statement of absolute truth about you being okay?
Then I know I'm whole, perfect, and complete, that God is here right now with me and them.
Beyond the noise,
Yes.
right? Beyond the
noise,
condition,
yes.
beyond the circumstance, beyond the nonsense and the pitifulness, beyond all of that stuff, right? That's the journey. That's the journey. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I just want to say, like when Marlena was speaking and now when you're speaking, I just am grateful that we're all mirrors for each other.
Right.
And so when they're speaking, when anybody's speaking, all of us have a slice of all of that.
Why
And
is
so-
that?
Just the humanity, and we're all a part of God. So
Right. There's only one.
there's only one. And so, like listening to Marlena saying, you know, I was afraid, you know, nobody's going to like me. And that's underlying, I think everyone feels that at one time in their life. And to allow herself to be vulnerable is an inspiration to me, to be able to be authentic and to say those same things at one time in my life. I can say it and not be afraid.
Right.
Because we are whole, you know, and we do love ourselves. And once we have ourselves and feel that beyond the noise,
Right on.
then, you know, so I want to thank you for this, and I want to thank them for saying these things, because I think you're a mirror. I mean, so many people, including myself, have an issue with a family member, and that was part of mine. And
Right.
the sadness, I mean, the story is what it is.
Right.
And I tell myself a story.
And it's not about the story.
It's not
like
about
that's the thing that is the trigger, right? That's the thing that causes our reaction. But as we all know, our work is within our own being, our own mind, right? It's in our own how we're being present to ourselves. That the stories that are taking place, that may not even be the other experience. And I'm not negating or denying. There's some. I was gonna say a swear word. There's some stuff that goes on. There's all right, good. Well, don't get me started. So, but there's stuff that goes on, but really this process is about how am I with myself, right? I caught myself being in reaction. Doesn't matter what it is. I caught myself being reactive, right? What is going on here? If we have a spacious enough consciousness and container to catch it, that's the big part, right? To catch it, but then to move into that space of what's the conditioning and be okay with I'm pissed off, be okay with I'm sad, be okay with whatever it is, you've already shifted in consciousness. You've already are moving yourself to affirming what is true. It can happen in an instant. It can happen in a few days. It can happen in weeks. But that's the process. That's the practice.
And can it go back and forth? Because
of course we do.
I'm thinking expectations are the toughest thing for me. Expecting a certain type of relationship, expecting, and that person, their perception is not that they want that same kind of relationship. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes.
Yep,
because
but it still comes back to you. Boom. Mm-hmm. So whatever's taking place around, especially around relationships, it's how are you in right relationship with you? That's what this work is about. It's about coming back to me. Oh, I'm reactive. There's this story I'm telling. What's the truth here? Right? That's taking dominion. That's saying, this is on me. I'm the one that this is coming up in my consciousness, so it's here for me. And when there you go, you got it. Right on. Yeah?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Awesome. Yep.
Based on what you're saying right now, I check myself out, make sure I know who I am.
You go ahead. You're gonna
but
get
I'm
me going
still-
on this one. Go ahead.
Say it again?
Go ahead.
But I'm still dealing with that, based on what she said. I'm still dealing with the same people or person. Do I just... That leaves me wondering. Because I still, say it's a work condition, for example. I'm retired, so it's not me. But I go to work, same people, same thing, and I know who I am, so to speak. So do I just stop talking to these people? Something happens inside of me that I change? I get the feeling I change somehow.
Well, you probably did. We're always changing. But the thing is that when you change, when you truly take yourself on and are handling whatever's going on in here about you, not about them, when this changes, when our consciousness shifts, when we expand, that situation is going to shift. And even if it doesn't, it's not going to piss you off anymore. It's not going to, because you've shifted. That's taking dominion. That's standing in your spiritual authority. I heard you clearly. I know who I am. That's spiritual authority. When you're standing in knowing who you are, nobody that has any other stuff to say that can affect us. If it does, then okay, now we're back to reaction. Now we're back in that conditioned belief, right? So now we got to catch it again, and it does happen. It happens over and over again. So, anybody else want to share right now? Yep, Nancy.
So just quickly, this morning I had an interchange, and I felt like somebody overreacted to something I said, and then I'm thinking to myself, BFD. Mm-hmm. Why are you making a mountain out of a molehill? Mm-hmm. And then I realized I'm reacting. And then I realized, and I don't know, it was just like I was criticizing her in my mind for reacting, and then I go, oops, I'm reacting. And it was like, duh, in a way. And it just felt like such a relief to realize that it was really, that I don't have to react.
That's good. That's really good. That's good. And I don't want you to, let me just check in with you. I don't want you to just dismiss yourself either.
I agree. I do. And I know enough. I've been through a lot enough to know that I can find where it is in my body and let it go.
Okay. So I'm just tuning in a little bit more, if it's okay.
No.
BFD, I'm doing it anyway. So here, because that voice that you said BFD with, mm-hmm. it had an edge to it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Making a mountain out of a molehill. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
it was definitely a reaction.
Yeah, so it's critical.
Yeah. Anyway.
So you can take even if it's a little thing like that.
Yeah.
You can take it on that road.
Absolutely.
You can take it on that road.
Yeah.
Because where does that come? What voice is that?
I could feel it in my being. You know that I was. Mm-hmm. You know what is?
Right. I do. Yeah. So
anyway.
So it is it goes in. Even those little things can cause that disturbance, right? So I'll share with you. I had a couple of them that I was going to share, but I'll share with you the one from this evening in the middle of the night. So here I am, candidating for senior minister position at CSL Granada Hills, thinking I got all my stuff together, and it's like, and I wake up 2:00 in the morning and I'm like, I got to do the talk. I got to do all these things, like totally reactionary. Now everything was prepared, but I was like, oh, is this going to be all right? How's that going to land? All of the things, right? And so I was laying there in bed, like a little tossing and turning, and I was like, practice what you preach. Like, you've got this whole thing here. So there was a reaction, right? I was reacting to it's a little bit of stress. There's some stuff going on, I'm not going to lie, right? You're all looking at me right now, seeing how I'm doing in this workshop, right? So there's this energy that's taking place. So there's there. Then there was the story, right? Am I good enough? Is what I have to say valid? my bitchy queen. I'm going to just say I have a critical voice. I call it my bitchy queen, right? Like, who do you think you are going to be senior minister? Like, there's this whole energy that takes place, right? And so I got to be, there's that old story that thinks I'm not good enough. And I got to be vulnerable with that, right? And it's understandable from where I come from to where I am. It's understandable that I think that. It's understandable. But it's not true. What's true? What's possible? What's possible is I'm standing in front of a bunch of people who have said yes to growing in their spiritual growth, and I'm candidating for senior minister position at CSL Granada Hills. And it's possible, I don't know, who knows what's possible? Y'all got the voting. But it's possible, right? So all things are possible. I am whole, perfect, complete. I am an intelligent, creative being. I am a vessel for the flow of infinite intelligence to reveal itself through. That's me taking dominion. That's the energy that I'm going to have. So I got up and I rewrote some of the stuff and I did some things and I went back to bed and I was good. That was taking dominion and standing in my spiritual authority. And then I got to get out of the way. I got to get out of the way because this is going a whole different route than what's on that paper. Because I got out of the way, because I was standing in my spiritual authority. Presence got to make itself known. Yeah. Yes, Rosemary.
Thanks, Rev. I appreciate you sharing that. You know, for me, my experience in my world is I remember this and then I forget. And it's so good to come back to remembering who I am. So thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, because that's the practice. That's the practice. I forgot this morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? But I have a practice, right? And then we remember. I know you took those prayer classes, so you know how to do it. You know the language. You go to your meditation. You do the things, and then you remember. But it's constant. And some of the things are big. It's not always easy. It's not always, I'm just going to shift my consciousness. Or exactly. She got body movement to what I'm saying, right? Exactly. And it also can be. The more we practice, the more we participate, it can be easier and easier, right? But this here is the best thing in the world, right? Pause. Right? When that reactive energy comes up, when we catch ourselves forgetting, pause, notice, remember, then choose. Choose from what we remember to be true. And the other part, the other part is like awareness, our awareness of it when we catch ourselves. Awareness is our dominion becoming into awakening, beginning to awaken. So when we catch those moments, we're just beginning to awaken to what is true. But we're aware. Awareness is everything. It's everything. Kind of moved around in different places. So let's practice taking dominion, right? I'm going to say a few things. I'm going to put a few things out there. Yes.
I just have to ask this question. Can you give like a very, very concise
Give like just a very concise, what do you mean by dominion? Because
Sure.
that never was really said, and I tried to look it up, but it was too, I don't know.
Sure. So dominion is choosing, right? Dominion is choosing within your own being. It's a great question. I don't think I have it anywhere in there. So it's really standing in what you know to be true, right? And moving into that place. So we have dominion over what we believe. We have dominion over our thoughts, right? We can choose a different thought. Dominion is making the choice. It's taking the action, right? Go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh. Okay, that was, yeah. I was going to keep going, but no. Yeah, Bonnie.
I have for
Right? Is that her name?
a year and a half been working on exactly this, digging myself out of a ditch I fell in. And I use the word that works really good. I like dominion too. I've been using agency
Yes.
and authority.
Right
I'm
on.
the author of it.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I love agency. Agency has gotten really popular in the last few years. It's a great word though. So here's what I'm going to say. Use what works for you, right? Use what works for you. If you know that that's what you need to take on.
Well, dominion's delightfully poetic.
Well, yeah, and dominion's all over our science of mind text. So, yeah, beautiful. So let's play around with it, and you can just keep this in your own. I'm going to say a couple of things that come up, and where does it fall into the levels of consciousness for you? When I say someone criticizes you. Just be present to someone criticizes you. Where does that land for you? Your body hurts. Money's getting tight. You receive disappointing news. I was kind of doing it for me. So disappointing news I landed on, I often believe my first thought, which is surprising to me. You know? So if we talk about that and we take it through the course. So let's just say I'm going to talk about body discomfort. When I'm uncomfortable in my body, I'm usually reactive. There's usually some sort of reactivity that takes place. It could be from a known reason that I did something to myself, but it could also be a blame. A lot of times I blame myself, right? So I'm going to go back to the... I did it again. Thank you. I'm going to go back here. So my body hurts. I'm blaming myself. I don't take enough care of myself. I'm definitely not stretching and doing the things I need, and I'm probably eating some things that I shouldn't. I'm very reactive. There's a blame energy that's going on. What's the story I'm believing is just that I never take good care of myself. I always feel I'm overweight. There's all of the stories that I could tell myself, right? I'm being vulnerable enough to say it in front of all these people right now. And I've done enough work on my body to know where that comes from at a very young age, the belief system I took on about this body. Right? But what's possible? On the human level, what's possible is I could get fit and be all that, right? That's what's possible. But truly what's possible is that I'm whole no matter what. That beyond conditions, circumstance, even diagnosis, I'm whole, right? I'm vital. I know I'm strong. Some may even call me beautiful and pretty at times. right? So there's this that's taking place, right? I move into the possibility, but now what I really know is that the fullness of God is expressing itself as this body just the way it is. And I have everything I need within it to participate fully in this life. Right? So that's how we want to make use of this. Any of these structures, any of the things that we're moving through in our lives can be taken through this compass. And we get to the possibility, and then we anchor the truth. Any questions around any of that? Comments? Oh, did you look already? I'm getting to that. I wanted to see if there's any questions first, Marlena.
I don't have a question, a statement. Here.
Yes.
But I thought,
In everything we've been doing, it made me think that we all have parts to play. Let's say, when we come down here and we all have, this is something that I
Right.
know. So suddenly I remembered, because I knew it at one time, that we're each playing our parts, so that those triggers that trigger us, so that we can evolve from those. So like what I was talking about and what you were talking about with family members, they're here intentionally to do this. So they took that part in the play, for example. So this is my part in the play. That's her part in the play.
Right.
Like I can't change her part.
Right. There's a whole.
I have to accept her part
Right.
and then do the best I can with it.
Absolutely. And there's a whole belief system around that, and what's our soul agreement and all of the things that we have said yes to. And being in this space right now, we have dominion over what's taking place here, right? And it may be a part to play in some other, activity that's going on, but we're taking dominion for what's taking place here. I get what you're saying, because I know I have a whole story that took place around, you'll hear me talk about it in other times when I speak in things, that I talk about my little, being the little boy who my dad didn't pick me up. So I was this little boy in the window waiting for his dad to pick me up. It's my story. I tell it all the time. People who know me heard it 100 times. And it was part of it's why I'm here. Because I moved through that several times, but I teach from it. I've grown through it. I healed from it. It's part of, exactly. So those things that we move through, and when we take dominion and stand in our spiritual authority around those, we get to heal everyone else that comes in our space from that, if you've said yes to being in that position. And many of us, I know, here have.
Say that one more time. Take dominion and what did you say? Take dominion and work from your spiritual authority.
Exactly. Stand in. Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful. That's the name of the workshop. Yeah. It's written right there on the front. Awesome. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to close. What I would like to do is for everybody to take their paper.
can someone see a paper drop off of me?
So what I would like you to do is just turn it around. Yeah, take them off your back if they're still on your back. And first, I know you've already looked at it, but pause. It's all right. Go back to that space of listening, when you were listening with your partner, the way that we moved through the space during service. And so just listen, be present with it. She's a troublemaker. Receive a breath. And then take those on. Read that to yourself. I am whatever it says to you. Like, really take that on. That is how someone else sees you. So it must be true. What's true is, what does that say? What does your paper say? I am love. Is that on there? That's true. Go ahead. It's okay. Do you want to speak to it?
I feel like everyone's perception is just their perception. That's why we have all different answers.
And it's true. Right? Their perception is true to them, and that's why they wrote it for you. So you can take it on and believe it, that somebody had that experience about you, right? And you get to be with it. Yeah.
Not in this space.
Marlene, if you want to come up here, I can put some things on there. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Alrighty. I think we're going to wrap. It was my joy. It was really my joy to be with you today. Yeah. Thank you. Awesome. Yes. What's that? Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. It was my joy to be with you. I look forward to being with you again. And have a great rest of your Sunday. Yes. I know. Complete. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Way to go, RC.